What is going on, fam? Thank you very much for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about my daily struggle with anxiety and what are the tools that I use to be able to overcome it. I have naturally high levels of anxiety. I could say that I've always had anxiety because I have always felt a chip on my shoulder and that I'm always supposed to be doing something. Now, this has nothing to do with the fact that I have severe ADHD problems and I try to do everything I possibly can to be able to combat that or manage the problems with my working memory, especially in high pressure situations. But given in that sense, I do want to be a little open here and let you know that entrepreneurship is not all fun and games. And if you're an entrepreneur or you're an upcoming entrepreneur, you know as well as everybody else that you have higher percentages as opposed to the person who just goes to work, comes home, collects a paycheck, and that's it. We feel as entrepreneurs that we always have to do something. We always have to give back. We always have to, if you're more worried about money, that's one thing. I'm worried more about people that I haven't been able to serve yet because I haven't been able to get the message across. Quite frankly, the reason why I create content, this kind of content for you, one, to be honest and let you know that you're going to see a whole bunch of stuff on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and all this stuff, but I'm the type of person that's going to tell you that, you know, when I'm in a bind, it's because I'm not trying to put on this front. I'm not trying to be pretentious, just because I feel that my authenticity as a human being is what's really going to help me help others. Without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about how I manage my anxiety. So just like anybody else, we all get stressed. That's normal. It's going to happen. You get work stress, life stress, relationship stress, mental stress. But really the question at hand is, are you doing the things necessary to take care of it? And if we have to boil down to anxiety, anxiety is nothing more than you worrying about the next problem. Worst case scenario, yada, yada, yada. I have a programming that I always prepare for the worst, yet I do everything I possibly can to make the best outcome happen. And alone in the United States, anxiety affects about 40 million people per year, which is a lot. It's about 18% of the population for those who report it. And the most common thing that everybody says, give me Xannies, give me a Xanax, give me bars. Are they good for you? In a way, yes, and in a way, no. If you're using medication, and believe me, I myself have my own prescribed medication, and I let it very clear with my PCP, I don't want to use this forever. It's just really difficult for me at this point, and I just need something to manage that when I can't take a good 5 minutes and step back. One of the things that I tell people is if you're going to get on medication, and know that it's always made to be short term. Now, some people have severe mental health issues. That's why I say step number one, find a therapist. I myself have a therapist that I go to at least once a month, and in some cases twice a month, just depending on how bad it is. I don't think there's anything wrong with going to a therapist or even going to a psychiatrist to ensure that you're maintaining your mental health, because it's going to be just as important to keep your mindset right to also maintain your physical health right. Step number two, look for medication if deemed necessary with everything else in place. So if you're going to start getting put on medication, which is perfectly fine, keep it short term. But don't try to make risky decisions and not fix the problems that are causing you anxiety in the first place. In which case, if you're having problems with your relationship and you're only going to an individual therapy, well, you may want to get into couples therapy to see if that is something that can fix the problem. Don't try to postpone it. Make sure you maintain everything. You can't just let things run on autopilot. Even things on autopilot need to be addressed. There's no such thing as true passive income or true autopilot. Like, there has to be some sort of work or maintenance or delegation. Step number three, have a decent routine plan. And I say this because you're going to want to make sure that you're eating the right foods. If you're eating the wrong foods, it's going to cause your body naturally to either become inflamed or to feel stressed or overwhelmed. I don't know about you. If I eat 6 stacks of ribs, I get really heavy. And then I'm panicking because then I feel lethargic and I feel like I should be doing something, but it's what I ate that's caused me to be very lethargic. So again, make sure you have a very well structured diet plan and know that it's to ensure to maintain your optimal health. There's nothing wrong with eating fast food. There's a problem when you're eating it every day. The fourth thing that you're going to want to is get decent sleep. One of the things that I personally do is I journal every day about what's going on in my life, because if there's one thing that I have to do is be aware or be quote unquote willing enough to maintain my awareness of what is going on with my life. Because, you know, I'm not going to remember what I did 2 weeks ago unless I write it down, or how the day went, or anything like that. So I always find that it's very important for you to write, get a journal. It doesn't have to be fancy. You could either do it in the morning or do it at night or do both. But spend 5-10 minutes. If you have so many thoughts that you need to clear out, write it down. Get it out of your head. Get those emotions out. What are you thinking about? This is obviously not going to get published, so keep it to yourself. It's your own personal diary. It's your own personal journal. Get the thought out of your head. Lay it on the table. In the morning when you wake up, read what's going on, and then you're like, oh wait, I could probably tackle these 2 or 3 things that are bothering my life right now and hopefully get it done by the end of the week. And the last thing, because that also goes into sleep, I always say minus the diet plan, minus the workout regimen or plan that you get on, ensure to always have supplements. Now, the unfortunate truth is America's produce and America's diet is not really the best, at least when compared to other countries. Now, one thing I can tell you is because we're always go, go, go people, like get on the ball, tell me like what I need to get done, tell me what I need to do. The question is we fail to take action on the small things that lead to the big things. So if you want to get good sleep, take it out of your head. The fifth one would be to have supplements involved. Me personally, I think you've seen in my other videos, all of that are my supplements, meaning my fish oil, my calcium, my zinc, my magnesium, my multivitamin, my melatonin. So one of the things that I do to get adequate sleep and also keep my body relaxed, minus everything else, is melatonin. Melatonin, again, it's a supplement that helps you sleep. So if you have insomnia, it's going to be a supporting factor for that. And also when you get all the thoughts out of your head and you literally have nothing else to do, you're like, well, what do I do now? Take a melatonin and then go to sleep, because there's nothing else for you to worry about, especially when you put all the cards on deck. The second thing would be get a nighttime tea. Now, this is another good supplement. This particular one has chamomile or chamomile, however you pronounce it. And again, it doesn't have to be this specific brand, but if you need that tea and that's what's going to help you after you've done everything else, you've worked out, you have a decent diet, you take the medication as needed or as prescribed, you have the talks with your therapist, and then you have decent sleep, that's one of the things that's going to allow you to essentially move forward with your life. So anyway, guys, I hope you really liked this video. Let me know if you want more videos like this about overall mental health, about trying to better yourself, better your career performance, your human performance, whatever you want. But one of the things that I also do is read, and I want to take a little bit from a book that I've been reading, Mind Over Meds. I'm currently prescribed anxiety medication just because it gets overwhelming, but I do want to be aware of what are the side effects if I am on anxiety meds or depression meds for too long. We're human. It's going to happen. We're going to have these ups and downs. And so after coming across Mind Over Meds, I found certain strategies that would allow me to essentially know when drugs are necessary and what other alternatives there are. So everything that I just created in this video was from this book, Mind Over Meds. Let me know what you think about this video. Going from there, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or any struggles that you're currently dealing with, please let me know. I'm always tuned to try to help you out as best I can. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm now on Tumblr and Pinterest. Also on TikTok. Till next time, guys, stay tuned. Take care.